How do we awaken the leader within, and why? To awaken the leader within means that we begin to live our lives from self-responsibility. We understand that everything we've created and that we will create, we are responsible for it because we were given tools, inner tools I call it. And those inner tools are our words, our thoughts, and our feelings. And this combination is what produces our results. So to be aware that we can manage those and that we are responsible for every word we speak, for every thought we have, and for every feeling we create, that's what is called personal. And personal leadership is not taking God or our spiritual life out of the picture. In fact, it's the opposite. When we take responsibility, it's because we understand that we need to be aligned with something much bigger and much larger than what we can see with our five senses. To be realistic means that we only make decisions out of the appearances that we see with our five senses. You see, in leadership, we have to think, feel, and speak beyond what we can see with our appearances in order to accomplish that vision. And the vision is, as is said, a vision. It doesn't exist yet. But in order to accomplish that, we have to move from what we see as appearances, what we call a real world, into the creative world, the creative plane. And that comes with leadership. And not only were we given the inner tools that I just mentioned, but we were also given, we human beings were given what is called high mental faculties. And those high mental faculties are very unique to us. And let's begin with one that is probably the mother of all creation, and it is imagination. We have the ability to create images of what we envision, and from that image create whatever it is that we desire. And imagination is being said by being the most powerful faculty that man and woman have in their possession, the most powerful tool. Let's go into the next one, which is intuition. And intuition is having that ability to connect with that higher power, and you choose the name, but it is the ability to know that there is something where we can get answers, where we can ask deep questions and receive answers. And not only receive them, but of course we have to act upon them. We have to take action, and that's when the will comes. And the will is focus, and focus is related to action. Being able to concentrate on one thing at a time, or at least to focus on, beginning, middle, and end, and be able to remove distractions. That's another faculty, focus or will. Number 4 is perception. And perception is that ability for us to see something and perceive it in a way that helps us to take action, create the most productive and effective emotions so that we can take action and go on with whatever it is that we need to create or to lead. And reasoning. And reasoning is a very interesting one because I just did a video on the title, Leaders Are Unreasonable. And when we talk about reasoning, of course, it's using reason. Leaders are people logic, who can see beyond what we can see with our 5 senses. And leaders have the ability to expand their mind so far that for other people might seem unreasonable. There's an unlimited field. What is it that everything we see was created by someone who imagined something in his or her mind and then brought it into reality. And finally, memory is another faculty. And this faculty, I like to call it the trampoline because of the springboard, actually, because it is not about, dwelling in what went wrong in the past, but maybe looking at lessons learned, what to do, how to do something differently, and what can we use from the past that help us to to jump into something new and better. We have the 3 tools that I mentioned at the beginning, inner tools that I called, and also the faculties, the high mental faculties, which are also inner tools because those are unique to us and they come from our inner self. We cannot go to the store and ask for, a pound of imagination or 3 kilos of intuition. It's all in our inner world. And our inner world, we could also call it the spiritual world, because inner world, a spiritual world, is something that we can't see. And that's why I am very curious about the word realistic. And sometimes I question, what is realistic? And are we looking beyond what we can see? And yes, there's no right or wrong, just different approaches.